Hey there everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris Orme, and today we are back with our save here on the Start It mod version 2.34, Starters Orders version 1.81. So it's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? But yeah, we're back playing Starters Orders, and they're not really, I didn't find any races for Rapid Ascent, who so far has proven to be a very nice colt, a good 2-year-old, runs well, and not a bad start at all. However, Perfect Pasture is a little bit different. 3-year-old doesn't quite run as he should. So, yeah, he ran green the first race, won the second race, and then the jockey said that he didn't think the horse was genuine. So, not really sure what we're going to be doing with Perfect Pasture. It's got no confidence whatsoever, but it's got all the stats in the world to be an absolutely fantastic horse. So I've booked a couple of allowance races. I thought that was kind of the best way of doing things. So 11th of March, 29th of March, we'll get through this next month and see if anything pops up for Rapid Ascent after that second race. We will run them there, but for now, Perfect Pasture is the horse to run. I don't think we need anything else here just yet. If we do keep making money, then of course breeding facilities will be coming in. Apart from that, office building would be nice, and maybe upgrade a few other bits until we've got everything. So it just depends really how much money we're gonna get. So I'm going to skip forward to the day of the race, and we will see what happens there. I will be checking auctions, but unless it's a cheap Group 1 winner, I really don't think I'm going to be buying anything. So I'll see you guys back here in just a moment. Well, actually, we're back a couple of days earlier because I realized that the sales races are taking place. So this is the Fasig Tipton Florida sale. As you can see here, 5 furlong, 6 furlong races for 2-year-olds, and they're all selling races. So we will be going to the racecourse today. As you can see there, we've got some decent horses to run, very excitable, so we're not interested there. I'm going to just have a look through, and yep, there's none that are laid back, so we're not going to be doing too much there. Let's see, what are we going to do? Skip race. Just see 2-length winner, so not really what I'm interested in there. Maybe short head, but both carrying extra weight. Excitable, normal. So yeah, this is kind of how I scout out these races. I need to see a big distance of win to sort of give me a good opportunity, maybe with a really nice horse. And I also look here under disposition in case any of them are laid back, because that is a nice trait to have. So we're going to skip the race again, and still not seeing any great runners. We might take a little look at the auction anyway and just see what kind of prices they go for. But none of these winners are coming up here with much much in the way of interesting traits. So they're not winning by a great distance, and they're not, none of them are laid back. So now what I think we'll see is they're going to go for, I'm going to say the cheapest is probably a 1.3 million horse. Now that's what it used to be, so you can see steadily increasing till it's out of our price range pretty much anyway. But that one did go for, we could have maybe, no, we couldn't have bought that horse, but that was less than the money we've got. That one we could have bought, but it's excitable. So okay, these might not be as good horses as previous sales schedules, which would be kind of interesting because the other ones, you know, maybe if you bought every single winner, as I did when I had billions in the bank, then you would find maybe one or two of them would be top class horses every season. So it was a cheap way of getting really, really nice horses without breeding them, and that allowed you to dilute the breeding lines a little bit and stop sort of interbreeding as much. So okay, they went fairly cheap compared to what I'm used to. That's kind of interesting. If we get enough money, maybe 1.5 to 2 million before the next sales, then we might just try and identify one that we really like and see where that really ends up. So yeah, nothing unmissable at auction, so we're on to Perfect Pasture then. But that's why I put the sales schedule in here. That's why I asked MJ to update it for me, to work with the latest version of the mod, because I think it's a nice way of seeding, you know, you save with a couple of nice horses, and as I say, it's an advantage to your breeding program to bring fresh blood in. But it's not as OP as it used to be, so I'm glad about that as well. It's just taken down maybe a little notch. So with all that said and done, we're going to go to our first race of the video, and there is Perfect Pasture. So nowhere near the favourites for this. Lowest weight by some lowest rating by some distance. They're all on the same weight. And it does look like Alumage, they might be the favourite for good reason. So, okay then, but Regal Dan, that might be one to watch out for. First, second, so interesting. But I really want a decent race from Perfect Pasture. Now, we went 6th, 1st and 3rd. So it's not too bad. Okay, it's not too bad. But these are both Class 1 races, and our only Class 1 to date was the Grade 3, where we really didn't do well. So let's hope that this goes a bit better. I have turned up the graphics and whatnot on this save, so hopefully it'll look a little bit better. So I've still got the sounds turned off, though. Look at those. Look at those trees and everything. So we're a lot more sort of in the way of graphical, because my computer can handle it with the new hard drive. Sort of, it's not being bottlenecked at any way, shape or form. So 4.5 furlongs to go then. Gabriel's King is at the back there with Regal Dan. You can see they're just behind Perfect Pasture, who's in decent place actually, and is making a move up to 3 furlongs, which is where I like my horses to run. Purple Spectrum there just on the flank of Lexington Abbey, who is just behind the leader Alumage. And there goes Lexington Abbey now round this turn, getting into position, I feel, with 2 furlongs left. There goes Lexington Abbey. Alumage now, will they come back into this? I think this might be a fight for the line down there. Here comes Regal Dan and Gabriel's King, and they're going to be fighting to come up late on here. Looks like Regal Dan is going to be a little too short, I think, here. But they are going to go up to the front, charging and actually contesting here now with Gabriel's King for 2nd place. Lexington Abbey, though, does win it, and we finish rear of the field. So, interesting. Not a great start from us. We kind of kept to the middle and then didn't push at the line. You can see there, decent little run, but yeah, we were definitely not in that. So well outclassed, really? How can we be well outclassed when we've got good speed, we've got good acceleration. We've got good ability. We've got good cruising bursts. You know, we don't get too much more than that with a starter horse usually. So just under 25% there. That's pretty good. Extra speed rating of 90, which should be very nice. Finish application is maxed out. Like, we really should be able to push Perfect Pasture more than we are. But yeah, it's just not coming good, is it? So, well outclassed in a C1. Do better against less competition, but we weren't putting it all in. Not sure the horse is genuine there at a class 2. And in the maiden, we absolutely blitzed. So, this horse is a puzzle. I don't mind admitting that at all. Is there anything at 5 furlongs I might want to try it? There's a grade 3 coming up in April. I might just want to run that there. And anything on the back end here? No, so still nothing for Rapid Ascent then after that first race. So again, I'm going to go to the auctions and pop back before the next race. So see you guys in just a moment. Okay then, we are back ready to run Perfect Pasture again. It's another class 1 allowance race, and this one is more sort of its level of rating at least. So we're going to see what we can do there. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the distance isn't the issue. I am pretty sure about that. So let's just see what happens here. Let's just see what happens. I got a feeling though that it won't be a win. And oh dear, it looks like Rialto Park actually needs fixing because the rails have disappeared. So that's a shame. Not a bad start there though. Projection moves out to the front with Castini, but Best of Time's got a great start and now is going to sit at the back of the field. Probably a closer there. So 4.5 furlongs approaching. And we're all pretty much in a group here. Best of Time's on the outside. Mr. Galavanta at the inside there. With Perfect Pasture in between. Those are the rear 3. Then stablemates, David's Park just in front of Symbolic Star. Looks like Castini on the inside now is dropping back a little. Projection still leading out this field. And we are on the outside here a little bit with 2.5 furlongs to go. Perfect Pasture might actually be able to get something in this race here. 2 furlongs. This entire group of horse has not been separated yet. Projection just leads on the inside from Castini, and they too now starting to go clear. Last furlong onto the home stretch, and Castini pushes out a bit. Perfect Pasture making a little bit of room there on the outside. Coming up on the outside of Symbolic Star, who is going to charge through there. And like 4 or 5 horses. Watch this dive for the line. Everybody there starts pushing up from the inside. And it looks like we probably just about stole 3rd place, and that is good. That is good. Never able to challenge, yeah. Not a bad start. It says we had a bad start, but I don't believe that we did. But overall, pretty decent. So, yeah. Not too bad. Not too bad. So let's see. Got the distance well. So yeah, we do have this 5 furlong race to check. And just see maybe if there's anything there. Right at the end here though. Look, we've got a choice of 2 for Rapid Ascent then. We've got a grade 3. Just a plain grade 3 at Parks Racing. Or we can head to Churchill Downs for the Kentucky Juvenile. If we enter the juvenile, we will be top weighted by some distance. So I'm not sure we really will want to do that. But it is more money. I think, yeah, why not? Why not? We're going to give that a shot. So that's going to be April. Last auction in, that'll be May. So last one of March. And we're in here now then. Not too much to write home about, of course. And of course nothing's popping up in the auction, so we might as well just skip that and head straight to the race day. So, quickly save. And Perfect Pasture is up again. This time a little bit less distance. The problem horse, we're going to see how he runs. This is a good field. This is a good field. So, unless this is the problem, and he wanted to run at 5 furlongs, then yeah, then I don't see this doing too much for them. So, decent start, not too bad. Looks like the field's gonna keep together a little bit here. And we're going to move right to the back, which, you know, is kind of unsurprising. So 4 furlongs then. Sammy's Warrior leads them from 50 Pastos. Celestial Bay up into 3rd with Nag's Wag. Arab Dawn then down to Retirement Plan and Fanan. Then Abijo, Union Rose, and we're right at the back on the outside, though we should have a clear run. We're approaching 2 furlongs, and Sammy's Warrior is really leading out well here. Doesn't look like it might be chased down at all. But here come the challengers now then, the final furlong, and here comes the field. Celestial Bay making a move. Retirement Plan and Arab Dawn. On the outside is Nag's Wag with a very late run. Might be able to snatch 3rd, but Retirement Plan takes it from Arab Dawn. And Abijo does get 3rd from Sammy's Warrior. We finished down in 8th. Never a factor. So, yeah. We are a 6 furlong horse. I was right there, but the horse isn't genuine. So, that's kind of annoying, to be honest with you. That's really annoying. And I think I just want the money. At this stage, I just want the money. So let's go over to the next auction. So we skip round to Thursday. We get into the auction. We see how much money this is going to go for. Not too much money. Not too much money, but it puts us over the million, and it means we can now just focus on Rapid Ascent for this season. So, not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. Anything worthwhile buying? Yeah, that's cheap. That puts us just under a million. And yeah, pretty much nothing there to buy. So again, let's move on then to the 5th of May, and let's see if we can get a good win here with Rapid Ascent. So again, save just before the race in case anything goes wrong, in case of any crashes or whatnot. So we are going to be top weighted by £6. That's going to kind of slow us down. There's a couple of nice horses there, like Uncle Vinny has won 2 and is just 2 rating points behind us. So, might be our main rival there. Let's go round to the race itself then. And there we go. Uncle Vinny is indeed the one highlighted. They're going to be orange and white sleeves, same as Mrazek. Uncle Vinny and ourselves, 2 and 2. Uncle Vinny, lean and ready to go. Okay, we're very fit and primed. So hoping that we can get our first feature race win here at Churchill Downs. It's a local course for us, of course. I did put our stable in this area, so we're very close to Churchill Downs and Keeneland and a couple of other places. It's a cheap place as well, I think, so that's pretty good. Let us see though what we can do here on what could be implied to be our home course. And it looks there like Mrazek's going to go straight to the front with Get It Done Bud. Then Rapid Ascent, being joined now by Door on our outside, implying Dragonflower. And then the final four, Hit It a Bomb, Shakimat, Uncle Vinny there. Just starting to make a little bit of a move with, who did I miss? Imply. Imply's moved up. No, Lucky Brian. I wish they wouldn't move around so much. So, 1.5 furlongs. Who's going to come and chase down this straight? Looks like Dragonflower's going for it here. Imply and Shakimat from deep. Door at the moment, though, is leading the way. Rapid Ascent, not able to make too much of a difference here, is going to edge out Get It Done Bud for second. So that's going to be decent prize money, but it's not going to be the win that we really wanted. So, good run by Door. They grabbed the win. The extra weight did hold us back a little too much. That's going to be 2,300, I believe. So, a little bit of money in the bank, a little bit of a profit. Again, nothing at auction that I really want to, I really need to take on. So, there goes our unbeaten record for the season. And let's just see. Okay, so we can still race a little bit more then. Pretty good juvenile constitution for Rapid Ascent. Is there anything worthwhile? And yeah, it seems to be holding its distance. So, allowance race down there, which is a feature race. We do have a sale here. So, for $51, I'm going to put ourselves into the sale, but we're not racing. Don't worry. I am not going to be, I'm not going to be selling this horse. That would be a bit stupid with no horses at all in the barn, but it does mean that we don't miss the sales. So there we go. There's the Mid-Atlantic sales. So we've got 900,000. Now we might be able to buy something. The breeding barn is probably a season 2 priority, not season 1, because there's no horses to breed in there. So I think as Rachel's Valentina again. In fact, let's just skip the day's racing. So Rachel's Valentina's actually won now all 4 races, so a couple of allowance races and both of these selling races. Could be interesting. She won that. Didn't do well in the Florida sale, but won the Mid-Atlantic. Very excitable. That was just a selling race. That wasn't one of the races we actually are looking at. Excitable. Small build there. Has won a maiden, a pair of handicaps, and now that race. So, okay, Valentina, how much are you going for? Rachel's Valentina, and there we go. Too much money. 1.3 million there. So, not interested in Nemoralia. Not interested either in Shift Lift. Suvemente was a different kind of race. Cecilia, not interested. Lucky Navarone, maybe if the price is right. And the price is also wrong, climbs way too quick. And $1 million there. So we're just below what it would take to get one of these horses that I like the look of. So that's going to be a shame, really. That's going to be a shame. Let's get into this auction. Nothing there worthwhile. So again, back to looking at booking races. So let's see if we can fit one more race in here. The Tremont there, I think, is the only one in any sort of time whatsoever. What else is there? There's a Lowlands race and a grade 3 there at 6 furlongs, but not too much. So yeah, this is a while away. Just double check. Horse is raring to go. Lovely stuff. So we do have one more race in this video. It's going to be at the Tremont. It's going to be another feature race where, you know, I think we might be competitive again. So second place in that juvenile, but we were carrying extra weight. We're going to be carrying a bit extra weight as well in this one, but the field just isn't that great. We will be going head to head with Door again, so we'll see how that works out for us. But overall, I'm really hopeful that we can reverse our fortunes there and pick up this win. Anything else for later on? I'd like to keep booking, even if we're not running right now. So yeah, some conditions. And then the Santa Anita allowance race. That's at the 12th of June. Interesting. I'm not sure now whether to run the Tremont or the Juvenile, because there's more horses in this, which makes me sort of think maybe it's not the one for us. But we have been beaten by Door carrying £6 extra. So maybe it'll be worth it to run this one. I'm going to have to think about this one a little bit for a second. Which one do I really want? Do I want Revenge over Door? Or do I want to try a new field? Slightly shorter as well. So carrying the extra weight might not be too bad. They're both actually slightly shorter than 5. Okay. I've had a little look around. I've had a little think about this. And maybe other people have noticed as well, but it took me a little while to see June and July. For some reason I thought they were 2 days apart. So yeah, don't really have to worry about it. I don't really like either race. I think that we're going to struggle a little bit to win either, but I'm hoping that we can get top 3s, earn a bit of prize money, and just keep sort of pushing this horse. So we are top rated, we are top weighted. Door beat us in that last race, not by much though, not by much at all. You can see there the distance was less than half a length. So I'm hopeful that we can get ourselves a little bit of revenge here. So look at the tipsters. 3 for us, 2 for Door. Door's coping well, we're moving well. So not too much difference there. Let's get the last race out of the way then. This is going to be slightly longer than half an hour, which kind of what I wanted was under half an hour, but we have got a few races in and a sale, a few other bits, so there we go. Decent start from us. Door is up on the inside, does like to lead. Ready Cat is in second, just ahead of us, with Tiz Noble on the outside. And then down to Gotcha Luck. D-Shift it now, making a move a little bit into the centre field, but he's back a bit. And Giggy Smooth, maybe a dangerous closer, but is well detached at this point. So Gotcha Luck making a move on the inside there. Up into second place now, 2.5 furlongs. Good challenging position for them. We're not in a bad position on the outside now, 2 furlongs. Here comes D-Shiflet. It looks like Tiz Noble might not make a run here. Ready Cat though. 1.5 furlongs. And here comes the field, and here comes Giggy Smooth. I was a bit worried about him being a good closer. And he does make a large run up the field. It looks like we're actually going to finish down in 5th place here. Not far away from 3rd, but that was very, very disappointed. Very disappointing indeed. We were lucky, really, that wasn't a full 5 furlongs, because Giggy Smooth would have probably gone past us on the line or just before. So, not the best at all. Door wins yet another one. And yeah, that was the first one where we really did fail to perform. So, sadly, out on a bad note. And that probably means that this one is going to be another very, very difficult race. Do we have anything in training? Yeah, we still got a couple more races, so it's going to be interesting. I don't think we're going to perform well in the Santa Anita Juvenile. But hopefully it all comes together for us. I'll see you in the next video for that race and more, as we try and see if we can push Rapid Ascent. We did get rid of our horse that wasn't performing. We've got money in the bank. We've got the setup that we kind of want. So if we can get a few wins out of Rapid Ascent, really push them, that might be a good 3-year-old horse, I think. You know, maybe as much as 85, 90 potential as a 3-year-old. So, more to come, but a slightly disappointing end to this video. There we go, that's what racing's all about though. The highs and the lows. Thanks very much for watching with me. I do hope you're enjoying the series. You know, click that like button, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, all that good stuff, as usual. I've been Chris Orme, this is Starters Order 6. Thanks very much, guys. Y'all take care, and come back to see if we can make Rapid Ascent the star I thought he could be.